All right, let me try to Russell Brand this. How does he start normally? Hello, all of you 6 million lovely awaking individuals. Well, in this case, more like hi, all three of you that last through this chat thing, live stream. Am I right now? Anyway, I digress. I'm coming here with a mission, and this is the final time I'm going to do this part. Otherwise, I'm just going to bring a friend that is tech savvy and help me with my OBS issues. I hope when I play the frigid audio that I saved up that I'm absolutely pleased as punch that I got to view it, and it's so important that I think everybody in the country should see it. It's one of those gem of a moments, more like plural, where a man, a working class citizen, anybody, hold on, I'm making sure that everything's good. Okay, hey, micro trucker, Pooh, aka DJ Brixx, man, I thought about playing one of your songs. I want to, man, I have to catch up to you. I want to talk about all the amazing work your son has been doing. Feel free to drop links, show support. His boy's got some mad talent, runs in the family. Born a hawk, let's go. I don't know about the panel thing. Zanzin, birthday chat supervisor, Mr. President. Okay, so I've already let it be known. We're going to see how this works. I have a clip. I'm going to get right to it. Do I actually see, am I like jerking around and pausing here? Tell you, man, when you want an internet, bro.
It's not often.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have seen this already, and do let me know. This is the last time I'm going to ask this question, I promise. I'm sorry I can't hide the anger any better than this through my gritted teeth. If the audio sounds off when it plays, do let me know. Just if the audio sounds off when it's going on, type 1 and I'll review it, and then I'm just not going to go live until it's fixed. Or I'll just use StreamYards, because for whatever reason I don't have problems on StreamYards. So this video, Russell Brand, naturally, encapsulates one of those rare moments that I don't think a lot of us, because I'm going to assume the majority of us here, have learned very well that the mainstream has no purpose to serve regular folk, common folk, taxpayers, working class folks, okay? So I'm glad that he showcased in this 15-minute thing that I'm going to get right to the meats and potatoes of a man owning none other than the highest paid government worker in the world, can I say this? NIH.gov, Mr. Dr. Fauci guy. That's right. It's a beautiful moment and it should speak for itself. Let's roll the tail of the tape, shall we? Let me know about the audio. 1 if the audio is like off, okay? Boom.
You get to see a global political issue concentrated into a single viral clip, but Fauci's doorstep confrontation with a family of color.
Holy crap, wait. Is Resident Evil 4 out? It is out! Oh my god, I'm spending $69.99 after this video. Thanks, Bornahawk. Oh man. I've been waiting on that. I got so many PS5 games. All right, stay on point, Eli.
That. You get
Is
to
the
see
audio okay?
real-time lying, real-time skepticism underwritten what proved to be actual facts. A pandemic of the unvaccinated, shame the unvaccinated. Watch this.
All right, we're gonna let this roll.
Oh, 6.3 million awakening wonders.
Let me get right to it.
Filmed in a confrontation with a skeptical and cynical family, which...
This is not, when he describes a skeptical or cynical family, he's talking about just a regular guy, a regular family that just has nothing more than doubts. Not conspiracy theories, nothing more as weaponized as Fauci and company would probably say, oh, these are nutbags, and just look at the condescension. Everything that we've seen throughout, and I do not apologize for using this term. Maybe I find it silly, or maybe I see that it could be a way where we are, kind of crapping on our fellow countrymen. But on that note, I'll add this note. I am proud, or I'm glad, personally, for me, and I know some other people feel the same way. We didn't get the pokey poke. I'm glad I didn't get the pokey poke, okay? I'm glad Joe Rogan proved to the world and to the mainstream media that he could get better without any of that vaccine crap in 3 days. So, that is not to cast any shade on anybody that did get their little jolly poke. I know you got your sticker and you helped the world. Maybe they gave you some McDonald's fries or something. Fantastic. No haterade, okay? But anyway, back to it.
For his own reasons, he's putting out because presumably they think it shows him in a good light. But in this exchange, you see almost everything that was wrong with the pandemic. The condemnation and criticism of people that were hesitant to take vaccines. The assumption that there is a haughty higher authority that's acting in your best
Damn
interest.
right.
Presuming that people that didn't want to get vaccinated were idiots. And the idea that...
And I don't let this go. I know it's a dead horse. More than that. I don't let this go because... the government, if we want to just call them they're gonna try something like that again where we somehow just overnight say, yeah, you want our freedoms and rights, everything that we have taken for granted? Sure. Do you want us to take an expedited medicine of some kind, medicine in quotations, without a fight? Okay. You want us to sacrifice our livelihoods, jobs, and everything under the pretense of a greater good? You got it, buddy. No, never again, I say, okay? And that's kind of a term I take very seriously. This is Exhibit A. Never again will we allow something like that to happen, I would hope. I hope we learn something. And I think this video that we're about to see is an example of people waking up. I'm tired of hearing the term, people are waking up, I want to be awoken already without the woke part. Let's get there.
Government and centralized government agencies have unique access to truth, and that science is a tool of truth rather than, in some cases, a tool of corporate interest is all exposed in this fantastic piece of footage. Also, we get the opportunity to show you how many things have travelled from conspiracy
Oh crap, my camera's frozen, huh? Whoopsie.
theory to conspiracy fact in the last couple of years alone. You're gonna love it.
What are we gonna do about those other states?
Oh my God. They're gonna...
Hold on, we're gonna fix this right quick because I see I'm frozen. I have a solution, and then we're gonna watch the beauty that is this moment. We don't need my face. It's a distraction, a needless distraction. We have enough distractions. Okay, listen from here, and never stop listening.
This fantastic piece of footage. Also, we get the opportunity to show you how many things have travelled from conspiracy theory to conspiracy fact in the last couple of years alone. You're gonna love it.
What are we gonna do about those other states?
Oh my God. They're gonna keep the outbreak smoldering in the country. It's so...
Right now, he's blaming red states and states that had any level of skepticism.
crazy. I mean, they're not doing it because they say they don't want to do it. They're Republicans. They don't like to be told what to do.
Right. Do you remember all the talk of Trump and people on the right politicizing the pandemic? What's happening there? Who are you going to believe?
Yeah, and Born a Hawkeye, calling it for what it is, and Russell Brand calling it for what it is, a politicized moment for a one doctor-esque Fauci to look like, well, doing what he's doing, pandering to a demographic, walking around that neighborhood like he would be normally, sure.
The mainstream media or your own lying eyes?
We got to break that, unpack that.
How you guys doing with vaccine?
Also, this is a great opportunity to address other forms of bigotry and assumption about the level of education, critical thinking ability, and understanding of ordinary Americans of all races. In this clip, beautifully and conveniently, it is a family of colour that have historically had some reasons to be cynical about us.
Just curious, don't cancel me, but, are people afraid to say a black family these days? Just honest question. Even Russell Brand here. I usually know him to not hold back. Of color. Oh, well, okay, yes. That's a black family, African American, whatever you choose, man.
Establishment power.
Oh, you should get it first.
It's also convenient to
There we go.
humanise and recognise who the people were that were being condemned as the unvaccinated, and this is a pandemic of the unvaccinated, and Don Lemon saying,
I think we have
This.
to stop coddling people when it comes to this and the vaccine, saying, oh, you can't shame them. You can't call them stupid. You can't call them silly. Yes, they are. It's time to start shaming them. What else? Or leave them behind.
remember that?
Yeah, remember that? Look at that. The long arm of the government, which is a bunch of fools, media talking heads that are greased up by the same lobbyists that are paying off our government officials, pretending to care about our rights and our health. Yes, those same people. So brazenly, Don Lemon is saying go on and shame the people that don't think like you, that are not doing like you. That is the most disturbing, like the word I want to use could get me canceled because it canceled Gina Carano. And you know where that led.
This is not criticism of just Don Lemon. This is a mainstream media narrative. Fauci, the president, all them lot backed up that mentality.
Okay, that way you won't give it to them.
Oh, I thought I would give it to him if I did it.
No, not at all. In fact, we got to get you vaccinated so that if you were to get infected, you could pass it on to them.
Slightly patronising tone, such as you would expect. And now we all know, because of this...
Did we know about stopping immunisation before it's entered the market? No.
But what that woman was saying is 100% correct.
So you're actually protecting your family by getting him vaccinated.
You're protecting your family. Did you not see Elmo on Sesame Street?
Well, I heard that it doesn't cure it, and it doesn't stop you from getting it.
Oh.
Correct. Transference rate was what? 0.8 to 0.5%, under a 1 percentile. Yes, we shut our country down for something that was under 1%.
Well, turns out that those are cast iron, irrefutable scientific facts, and that woman has a better understanding of the vaccines than Fauci, which is a bit worrying. I don't know, maybe that woman doesn't receive any royalties from any pharmaceutical companies. We'll have to check.
No,
So,
on the very, very, very rare chance that you do get it, even if you're vaccinated, you don't even feel sick. It's like you don't even know you got infected.
We now know that natural immunity is at least as effective as having the vaccines, not to mention some of the now acknowledged side effects. Look at the way this conversation was taking place. Now, I suppose, sympathetically, you could say, well, the science changed, so the narrative changed. But we're not just talking about science here, are we? We're talking about propaganda. We're talking about condemnation and critiques. We're talking about certain narratives, for example, the
Division.
theory, being
Division that was
from the
sowed.
get-go, even though it was being discussed at the highest levels of government.
And made to
it was
ostracize the
inconvenient.
dissenters.
We now know as a result of the Twitter files that truthful information was censored because it's inconvenient. But hearteningly, we now know that ordinary people can stand face to face with...
We're going to see the most epic neighbor ever own Fauci and all of his cronies in one fell swoop. And I'm very excited to present this right here, right now.
The government official and hit him with cold, hard facts that now cannot reasonably be denied.
It's very, very good at protecting you.
100%, 90%, 80%, 70%, maybe.
The people in
0.8.
America
Here he goes.
are not settled with the information that's been given to us right now.
This is not the MAGA hat wearing population that they claim we are going to meet when we see these kind of videos. It's a well-informed, autodidactic, eloquent African American family, hesitant not because of misinformation and malinformation, but because of truth and a natural, understandable and sensible cynicism about
Maybe the guy read about the Tuskegee experiments.
government power and corporate interests.
So I'm not going to be lining up taking a shot on a vaccination for something that wasn't clear in the first place.
Boom.
And then you
Look at that face. Look at that little hurt face right there. He is probably thinking, oh, this little peasant, how dare he? I just,
in miraculous time.
It's so mad, isn't it, when you look
Eat
at the tone of this and presumably the point of this, who's right and who's wrong. I'm sort of astonished that it's been on the television. Without our sponsors, we couldn't make the fantastic
Now we're skipping this
content that we
part.
all
I just want to say, brought to you by Pfizer.
and control it.
Thanks for the assist.
Benefit
Hold on, we're not
people
watching this part.
Sent off.
Oh, here we go.
Sent
Wait.
off, you delicious little guy.
We want to
Fantastic.
let this virus continue to percolate in this country and in this world.
Something like the common flu then, right?
Yeah. Okay, and I want you to very carefully listen to the condescension, the approach, the tone of this woman, this crony, being nothing more, just very obviously a shill with no real convictions, just wanting a paycheck. Listen to her go. Watch the walk of shame.
It was meant to be, look how Fauci and his African-American accomplice go school the naive, misinformed, ordinary Americans of all varieties and colours about the truth of the facts about the vaccine. But then now it's the complete opposite. Now this is a viral video that shows you, look at how ordinary ordinary Americans of colour school Anthony Fauci and various vested interests about the legitimate concerns about that medicine that should have been raised and discussed from the get-go.
Almost there.
We are not a channel given to
It's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, right. So we will say, yeah, okay, be open-minded, do what's best for you, have a decent conversation, look at the evidence, make your own decision, all the kind of things that should have been said in the first place, that were true then, that are true now. It's called having principles, listening to all sides of the argument, listening to dissenting voices, genuine science, including a variety
From
of scientists,
conspiracy
a variety
theory
of
to
theories,
conspiracy
and then you
fact,
advocate
as he has
truth
put
on
it.
that. You don't allow biases that might be corporate and might be regulatory to inform the entire process and then blame other people for it. Then try and make some propaganda puff piece that shows you, oh look, you know, normal people, they're ignorant. Shows you the exact opposite.
You know how many people died of the flu the last year? I mean, not this year, virtually none, but the previous year, about 20 to 30,000. You know how
Here's the money shot.
many people have died from COVID-19 in the United States? 600,000 Americans.
Are we allowed that conversation yet? This actually epitomizes.
That's including a man that ending up deceased in a motorcycle accident. Cause of death, you ask? Well, of course, at the time it was marked as nothing more than the vid, and we have so many examples of that. We need an entire database to see every embellished example.
Everything that if they were right, it wouldn't. The overcounting of deaths, the rush to bring out the vaccine, the vilification of the unvaccinated, the obvious corporate interests that influence the trajectory, the negligence of the mainstream media when it comes to reporting both sides of the story,
And lying
the unwillingness
straight up.
to have an unpatronising adult-to-adult conversation. It's all here. This is like the World Cup of what went wrong. This is an epitomising object. You can just glance at this sort of Talmud, this monolith, and see everything that went wrong in a single second.
Well, the number that you all giving that died, that's once again, that's you all's number.
Who is this guy whose door they accidentally knocked on? Well, we're just going to knock on a random door. Okay, I've got Dr. Robert Malone. Would you come through here? Okay, now, we've been conducting these experiments for a while. We've also gained access to the files that Pfizer wanted to boot 75 years into the future. Can we knock on next door? Hi, hello, I produced the Joe Rogan podcast. Oh, God, what is this street?
Because when you start talking about paying people to get vaccinated, when you start talking about incentivizing things to get people vaccinated, there's something else going on with that.
Some of the incentivizing measures included giving people free burgers and fries and donuts and other obesity-causing foods. And as we know, that among the comorbidities...
Yeah, nothing like promoting good health by giving something that's absolutely the opposite.
Contributed to the fatalities from coronavirus. Chief among them was obesity. A very sensible response. And that's the scientist at the bottom of the stairs.
But I'm glad millions of people like me and most everybody here didn't get an incentive. You know what their incentive was? Protecting their health and protecting the city. But I won't keep doing anymore.
It's okay.
Look at that retreat right there. Oh, you know, me and everybody else, emphasis on everybody else, because we want you to feel ostracized, demonized, like you're all alone in this world, when honestly, the largest percentage of America now thinks like that individual right there. But she's gonna pull the whole, yeah, no, you know, we were all worried about the greater good, but if you want to be selfish and not be a lab rat, you can go on back inside. We'll just go save the world. Sponsored by Pfizer. Get the fuck out of here.
See that you're immune to propaganda. Let's go see next door if people have been softened up by all the shaming and blaming and lying that's gone on. Well done. We're out of here.
Our campaign is about fear.
Yep,
Still
the
shout.
truth.
Also, I
The
got
truth.
statistics here about myocarditis,
The last part
pericarditis. Why are they not being discussed and reported?
is Fauci's
Similarly,
response.
how come
It's pitiful.
taxpayers funded BioNTech in Germany? What's more, do you receive any royalty payments? Can I please go to sleep? I won't go
White
to
Dragon,
again.
truth.
It's about inciting fear in people. You all attack
Look at
people
that.
with fear.
How
That's
could-
what this pandemic is.
How
It's
could
a-
the most powerful man in the government, or the most highest paid government individual and his crony minion team run away from one man on his front porch, armed with nothing more than independent, critical thinking? That's all. So that's what we saw walk away is all our funding and all the people that just went instantaneously to sheep and went under the wool for the sake of some higher authority, allegedly, taking care of everything. No, This is America, and we still have to take care of ourselves and our own. We do not let the Faucis or Pelosi's or any of them try and take care of us anymore. They have showed us time and time again they are not to be trusted.
It's fear, this pandemic.
I'm going to knock on 2022. What's up in wonder about the war with Russia? They've got nuclear weapons. Is that a good idea? Should just have this guy on the channel.
Alright, so all that's left...
Recordings.
Oh, here, I'll save it for you.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
Alright, so unfortunately, I can't... My camera apparently froze on me. So, I'll just perhaps... Yep, look at... Oh, God. No, we're not going to look at that again. I was going to talk about something and just very improperly segue. But, I don't know. Is anybody else in here a fan of Rick and Morty? I mean, it's clear as day. I did no prep presentation here. But what we have here, I want to know what we have here. Do we have an example of the internet and hive mind thinking screaming and screeching guilty before proven innocent? Or, because if you're not familiar, Justin Roiland is the individual that is a co-creator of Rick and Morty and various other shows. Very popular. Makes a lot of money. That show brings in a lot of viewership. Big with the younger generation. So Justin Roiland, you can see on the internet and on YouTube, the original inception of Rick and Morty is disturbing. There are things that this man has done that are strange and weird. But when you look at the collective of Hollywood, you know, I don't know if comparatively it really stacks up to him being ultra creep here. However, the case against him was simply this: domestic violence, and allegedly he had put his ex-girlfriend in a cage. Now the case was dismissed. Since the dismissal, before the judge did any of this, they fired him from his own creations. They stopped production of all of his video games. Everything this man has ever created or done was canceled, or no, still going on, just without him. So here, let me see some of this real quick. Orange County District, blah, blah, blah. You know what, in a nutshell, he pleaded not guilty and claimed everything was false. I'm curious as to why these channels and the shows and the video games and all these companies were so quick and willing to just distance themselves. What, did they know something we did not yet know? Did due process does it not have its place anymore in our culture? Is this a good or a bad example? That might be a stupid question. What I keep running into, guys, and I wish I could show my face here, is people saying a dismissal is not the same as being proven guilty. Well, then what the hell does it mean? So this individual, Justin Roiland, is high on life again, going all over social media and Twitter and saying everything's going to be fine. Well, that's not the case just yet. So me personally, I feel invested and curious because I love his work, but I'd like to know how deep this goes. And yeah, there's some evidence of him being creepy with younger girls, but we can't just make the allegations. We got to look up everything before we come to a consensus and actually start divvying out a punishment. So, I don't know. I'd love to hear feedback. Feel free, while the comments are still flowing, to offer me any insight or opinion about the whole case with Justin Roiland and, Rick and Morty. Big deal, big show, huge fan. It will not be the same if this man is removed. Was this an example of cancel culture? Or what? You tell me. Because honestly, I got nothing. I'll do a quick glimpse of the comments and then I'm going to fly. But let me see real quick. Yeah, I wanted to know more about this. Okay. I get my hands around. So yeah, you ain't kidding, Born a Hawk. The dude that had the girl in the shed was a video game producer. I had to watch this. Is crazy. Oh, so yeah. I mean, while we're getting into it. So, okay. Here's something you can find. I didn't want to talk about this. It's disturbing. I'm sure it won't get me a strike, but it's uncomfortable. You can, if you want, unless it was removed. I've seen it myself, sadly. He made a skit in poor taste. I don't know how else to put it. the skit and the premise, and you decide, does comedy, does it have a limit? I would always and often say no. Comedy is our way to, put a light in the darkness. Truth is said in jest, so on and so forth. But there is a certain line on some things, right or wrong, you decide. So the skit that I know that's famously brought up to be an example of our Justin Roiland being a super creep is he wrote a character that is, attracted to babies. You heard me correctly. In the skit, he uses an actual baby doll and simulates, do I really have to say it? Simulates inappropriate behavior and actions on the baby doll. That is the joke, the skit. There is apparently also, let's do a quick Google search, shall we? I'm not playing that video, but what I do want to know, and yeah, Google, not DuckDuckGo, not for now. Justin Roiland, sorry for the real-time evidence. I already looked that one up. Case evidence, talking to underage girls, because that's one of the allegations, is that he was talking to underage girls. How far back? Accused of messaging. Accused. It's important that. There you go. This is very, very recent. Who is Ali Gortz? Underage girls DM. Do we have evidence? Actual evidence? What to choose? Let's go with the most recent. I'd like to know, because, I'm a fan of this dude's work, but if he is this level of creep, he's lost all my support. Ellie Gortz, a musician, shared a series of inappropriate Twitter messages she allegedly received from the animator. Okay, what's her age? Gortz said that Roiland's messages made her to never see, where I'm dealing with a genius outlet here, Rick and Morty again, despite her writing a concept album for the show. In the message, the latter allegedly asked to write a song using inappropriate references to promote the message of no more racism. What do we have here? I'll say more later. For now, I'll just share the types of funny, in quotations, DMs Justin Roiland would send me, posted and deleted. Last night, I was worried about any backlash, but this dude made me, someone who wrote, yes, okay, I get it. He also used slurs like, wait, are they putting asshole as a slur? Okay, I'm not taking this little anecdote here. I'm not taking it too seriously right now. Not yet. I need more. This is not enough. Okay, a look into the inappropriate message allegation against Justin Roiland. Domestic violence. Okay, yes, that's the case. What do we have here? I have to scroll in if I can. Absolutely insane Riz from Rick and Morty's conversation with a 16-year-old fan. Okay. Can I get a scroll? I'm peeking real close. Oh, yeah. So I can't read that text. Let's see. On September 2015, Justin Roiland followed me on Twitter. I was 16. Of course, I was excited because I love Rick and Morty at the time, so I messaged him first, started talking, blah, blah, blah. Some of it very casual. Some parts were 100% weird. Dude, we need to just round up all the Hollywood freaks. We need to get that freaking flight list and start putting some justice out ourselves. Allegedly. YouTube, government, don't strike me down. According to the screenshots, that's what I want to know. Okay. Asked the minor to run away from school and go into sex slavery. So that's what this is. Okay. Wait, here we go. He also allegedly addressed her as a cigarette, called her the B word, called her jailbait, and said she would go into cam work once she turns 18. Are you going to get Morty tattooed on your boob? If not you, then who? Okay. I think it's time to cancel it. Okay, I gotta do more homework on this. I don't feel like I have enough information here or evidence. All I know though, is that obviously a judge saw fit to dismiss the case. Will the case come back up again? Is it right that Justin lost everything, but right now he's running around everywhere and acting like he's got a new lease on life? I guess we'll find out, guys. So, I guess that's the brunt of what I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. Don't worry about my Facebook. Hey, look, it's my best friend, Holly, from way back in the day. Congratulations on your family. Sorry. I just didn't want anybody to have a moment be like, oh, what was that? We have to investigate. Alright, so with that being said. Oh, damn it. I'm just going to say, thanks for sticking around the Progressive Patriot moment. This is a brief one. This is a quick one. The camera needs to be tended to. The audio, geez, I'm a work in progress. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. I will be back sooner than later, I promise. And, yeah, lots of plans, lots of guests, lots of topics. And shout out to Micro Trucker. I dig what he's doing right now. Putting out some active positivity and addressing just the drama overtaking the streets of YouTube and just being a massive distraction or a pander for views. Honestly, why else focus on drama unless you want attention? There's far bigger fish in the sea regarding the problems we face as a country, as a world, as citizens. And that's why I think we're indebted to anyone that bothers to come to a channel and to support it to offer out insight and the topics that matter, especially if they're not known. So, okay. Y'all take care. Yeah, born a hawk, allegedly. I can't say 100% that he had this girl locked up in a shed. I will be doing some research. All right, so welcome, by the way, White Dragon, D. Libby, birthday chat supervisor Justin Roiland, White Dragon. I think I said that twice. That doesn't count. Big Cat. I think Jeremy. What's up, my brother? And all the good people. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I know there's some. Ronnie, it was good to have you. Till our next panel. Celebrate your independent thought. It's all we got left in a crazy world that's trying to take everything away from us right now, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, and one last bonus. Tulsi Gabbard has come around and is now finally advocating 100% for the Second Amendment. She is now one of the perfect people to be respected in the office, even though she was canceled as well. And that should have been the job of we the